Good morning. It's Thursday, February 13th. Thanks so much for joining us for this edition of Up to the Minute. I'm Sade Campbell, and I serve as the Enrollment Communications Manager here at Houston Community College. And pleased to be joined by my co-host, even though it has been a while. We have done this together before. Benjamin Escobar, who goes affectionately by Benji, and he serves as HCCTV's production specialist. Good morning, Benji.
Good morning, Sade. How are you? You doing great this morning?
Yes. Now, even though we've done this before, I think this is the first time we've both been here.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think last time I interviewed you
that's what
here,
it
that's what
was.
it was. Yeah.
That's what it was. And last time, like I don't know, like a couple days ago
Yeah.
or something like that, we had a couple sleeps, like the kids like to say.
Mhm.
But for those that need to catch up on episodes, tell them how they can find Up to the Minute.
Yes, we are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, but Houston Community College District. We're also on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and on HCC TV, our own TV channel, where you can catch rebroadcasts of this show at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
All right, thank you so much. And today we're talking about an important topic because it is the reason a lot of our students who come here to study our academic pathways come, and that is transfer pathways. And for those that are wondering, does my class transfer? When should I start talking about transfer? Earlier the better. And you need to hear the segment we're going to have today with Dr. Bao Tran, who is the manager of HCC's Transfer Services and Alumni Affairs. Good morning, Dr. Tran.
Good morning, HCCTV. How are you guys this morning?
Doing well. And I didn't know it was you today. And that's my neighbor on the 11th floor. You and Benji are going to have a good conversation in just a second. Like I said, that's something a lot of our students need to hear. But first, we're commemorating Black History Month by discussing African Americans in labor. A lot of people don't know that every year Black History Month has a theme. Last year was Black History in the Arts, and this one is African Americans in Labor. And our student life team has a whole lineup of activities, and we did not forget about online because today we have Jana Vise, our student life coordinator for HCC's Online College. Welcome back to the show, Jana.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Excited. I think we haven't talked on on the podcast in a while, so happy to have you. And you have an event next week that focuses on the workforce. But before we get into the specifics of it, let's kick off with why you chose this particular discussion for the event. I did give a little teaser because I did look.
You did. Like she was saying, African American History Month has a theme every year. The ASLAH, which is the Association for the for the study of African American life and history, chooses a different theme every year. And this year it's African Americans and labor, and it just really resonated with me. And I felt we needed to have something very important and more of a discussion or to discuss everything that's going on today.
Yeah. And, I think this is important for our students too, because when we think about the pathways that happen after education and we think about the things that had to happen to make sure that there were pathways in the workforce for African Americans, this topic is so important for education institutions to be having.
Yes, it is. And, we have all these students graduating, trying to find jobs, and they have, difficulties finding jobs sometimes. And so we have different people to talk to us that are coming, that are panelists that can tell them how they can get jobs, what they need to do, how to prepare. And they're going to talk a little bit about the history and where African Americans have come from and where they are now and what the future is going to look like.
And like I said, such a timely topic. Now, when is this event happening and where can students tune in?
It is happening next Thursday on the 20th, and they can tune in on Zoom. It's at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Gotcha. And like you said, you gave a little bit of an overview of what it'll be a panel discussion we'll be talking about. And you have some really good African-American leaders in this space in Houston talking to students. So what can students expect?
Well, we're going to have Gina Harris, who's a journalist and historian who worked on the 1619 project. And she's going to be our moderator and talking. She's our historian. She's the one who can really talk about where African Americans come from in the labor force and in why we need to look at history. And we have Carla Lane, who owns Lane Staffing and is a huge advocate of HCC. And she's really looking at the forecast for employment and what it means and what's to come. We also have Dr. Brandon Pearson, who he works at Sustainability Management Institute. However, he is a researcher, historian who's been looking at the migration of African Americans from large cities to the suburbs. He talking about the cost of living, the ramifications of this, and the economy and how it's affecting African Americans. And then, we also have Washington Jackson III, who founded a nonprofit called My Chance Houston. And he's really going to be able to look at the issues that are facing the success of African Americans in today's labor market and what all they need to overcome a lot of times, and what he helps with and helps them learn to become great members of society.
That sounds like an incredible lineup. I want to, and it's such a balanced discussion. So you had mentioned earlier about any difficulties that students may have after graduation around finding a job, and it's in all of these spaces, right? It's understanding what is the forecast for certain markets. It's understanding how can I position myself to stand out in the job market. So there was a lot of intentionality around how you selected this panel.
Yes, there was. We want to make sure we covered all the bases. It could be more than a panel. Each person could probably talk for an hour. We're going to try to condense it into just 1 hour.
Yes. And for students, the thing about this, these are the types of events that we know students need the most, but may not attend the most, right?
Yes, that is correct. So, I always reach out to the professors and everything, to advisors to, notify their students, let them know that these events are coming up. Some people will give extra credit. Some people are really great advocates of student life and always talk about our events to the students.
Yeah. And you have a unique task that you have to do. So a lot of our student life coordinators can rely on the foot traffic at the campus, the lure of the smell of food to bring our students in. But like you said, you're having to find these unconventional pathways and really make those partnerships with our faculty members to make sure that students are know about the events.
Yes, I do. I try to notify as many faculty members as I can, and they can be added to an email I send out every month to faculty if they just want to send me an email. We do a lot of social media, Instagram and Facebook, and we just try to get the word out as much as possible. I collect emails from students who want to know, and sometimes we even send out those text messages letting students know about upcoming events.
And I think the biggest part about this, because I said that the things that they need the most may not be what they make time for, right? And those are these co-curricular activities. And I think about what is college, what is the impact of college without you having these experiences outside the classroom to supplement your learning experience while at the institution, and it's events like these.
Yes, events like these really help the students feel like there's a sense of belonging, and it helps retain students. We do a lot of academic stuff like this panel discussion, but we also offer academic resources and our recipes for success. But we have fun stuff too, and bingo and trivia and all sorts of different things. Make and take items, which you think is odd for online, but yet they mail the items to the students. However, and it makes them feel like they belong. It's hard to be connected to a college when you never come to the college. So these, events that we have really connect them to the college, help them academically, and, make them feel like they belong and that we do care about those students who live in other cities and towns and states.
Yes, absolutely. Now, I always say February is the busiest time for student life. It's Black History Month, it's Valentine's Day, it's Go Tech, it's Go Rodeo Day, it's Lunar New Year. So for those students that don't want to miss out on any upcoming events, what's the best way to stay in contact with online college student life?
The best way is to go to our website. We have a great website. It's on IDLoom, which and going to our website, join us on Facebook, social media, Instagram. The HCC Student Life is our hashtag for social media. And we post all of our upcoming events on there. We also have student government elections coming up. Our student governments are always advocating for the students. They just got back from Community College Day. So it's absolutely wonderful to be connected as a student.
Yes, you all have a line up, but we make sure you don't miss, and you go ahead and sign up for this event happening on February 20th. I want to thank Jana Vise, who serves as our student life coordinator for HCC's Online College. We'll have details of the events and how to connect with HCC Online Student Life posted after the show. Thanks so much, Jana.
Thank you.
All right, well, after a commercial break, Benji will be back to talk about our upcoming transfer fairs.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars. Really tall. I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? Yes. You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
All right, welcome back to Up to the Minute. Now we're moving on to Dr. Bao Tran. He's the manager of HCC's Transfer Services and Alumni Affairs. Welcome to the show, Dr. Bao.
Thank you, Benji. Thank you for having me here.
Of course, we're very excited. I want to talk to you about HCC and some new developments about how it handles its transfer events, shall we say. So we're going to focus right first on that. But what's going on about in this week and month?
Well, we have a lot of things going on, and the topic of transfer is very near and dear to my heart because I was one of those transfer students, and now I have an opportunity to provide the resources to our students. But we have a lot of things going on right now for the month of February. We're launching the new transfer series. It's called Transfer Success, Transfer 101 for students. And this is the first week of launching the first series with various topics. We have February the 10th, the week of February the 24th, March the 17th, March the 24th, April the 7th, and April 21st. That's when we wrap up our transfer series kickoff. But we also have during the month of March 24th to April the 4th, that's when we host our first Houston in-house transfer fair event. So I'm very excited about that because it's an opportunity for our students to meet with prospective universities such as UHD, and Texas Tech to learn about their transfer program and what program offering for them.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's great to hear. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I came to HCC. Not only could you get your associates, but you could also transfer those credits over to a four-year university, which is also exciting. And not only that, but now HCC does offer four-year programs. So if you want to stay here, that's fine too. So let's go over the various levels of the Transfer 101 series. I'm starting with the Start Smart. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, sir, absolutely. The Start Smart, which is the first topic that we're launching this week, is for students who have from 0 to 15 hours. And of course, we in collaborations with pathway advisors along with faculties. So that way students will receive the best services, but also the utmost resources to help them to make informed decisions.
Yeah.
Because, I like I mentioned, I was a student and transfers near dear to my heart. I was one of those students who don't know what to major in, what to study at a community college or universities. So luckily that we have our pathway advisors and what as the transfer coordinators, university transfer coordinators and specialists who in collaborations with pathway advisors and also faculties. So that way our students will be able to make informed decisions what they want to major in, selecting their core classes. So we start out early and from 0 to 15 credit hours, speak with your pathway advisors to determine what you want to major in. So that way you are taking classes that will align to your studies. So with that topic, it calls Start Smart. And we host throughout the whole district-wide, so students can attend various sessions throughout district to get some information from our university transfer coordinators and specialists.
Yes. Okay. So that's the key right there. If you're planning to transfer over to a four-year university, kind of coordinate those classes to be the ones that can transfer over to those colleges, right?
Absolutely, yes, sir. And accordingly, with your core classes, which is your basics, your math, your English, your histories, those are 99.9% transferable. It just depends on which institutions you want to transfer to. And it's highly recommended for our students to have the conversations with the university representative as well. That's why we host a transfer fair on March the 24th to April the 4th with various university representatives to be on our campuses to recruit our students, but also provide and engage intentional conversations with our students on transferring.
Great. That's good to hear. And now, what is Discover? That's the next level, right?
Yes, sir. I love that part because it is from 16 to 30 credit hours. That's when, we want to determine, hey, do I want to go to school to become engineering? Do I want to go to school to become nurses or pre-med? Any of those, that's what you discover with your major. But we're also, we talk about GPA wise as well, because it's very important to have that high competitive GPA to get accepted into your particular program. Particularly with the Ally Health, it's very informative for you to meet with our pathway advisors, but as Sam told, can meet with a university transfer coordinator and specialist to discuss your options. Let's just say you at 60 and 30 credit hours, and you still don't know what to major in. That's when you need to meet with us. That's when we discover that your GPA, your interests, and like you mentioned, we have a bachelor degree here as well. Maybe that will be an alternative option as well.
Yes, of course. And what's the next step there?
The next step will be 31 to 45 credit hours. This is very crucial hours right here because you have it through your program already. And it's important for you to meet with university transfer coordinator and specialist along with your pathway advisor. So that way to determine when and where you need to submit your applications for your prospective universities. Because the earlier you submit your application, the better off you'll be less stressed because it will give you a lot of opportunities to submit all the documentations, let's just say your SAT, ACT, or any of those important documentations that will be, I would say, barrier that slowing you from applying, being admitted. So with our students, for the next step, it will be 31 to 45 credit hours. It's very important to determine your personal statements. Let's just say you apply for a particular university, they might look at your overall GPA, but also other criteria. So when you meet with our university transfer coordinator and specialist, they provide you insight and how to and guide you how to compose a personal statements. Let's just say your extracurriculums, your activities that would help to boost your personal statement, but your applications to be more competitive.
Yeah. And finally, there's the last one. It's that time. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, sir. It's that time. So now, you complete all your core classes, assuming you pass your last semester so you can graduate, but also finalize up your transferring materials. That means meeting with us and also have throughout the whole process from Start Smart through It's That Time, you should be able to have the conversations or meet with your prospective university admissions rep and talk with them. Hey, is there any kind of scholarships? How can I be eligible for a transfer scholarship? And what else do you need from me, let's just say, to make my applications be more competitive?
Okay. And I always had this question because I don't really get to talk to people from the transfers department, but I love what happens over there because I mean, it just accomplishes one of those goals where you can go to college at home, have it be a little bit more affordable, then transfer over to a four-year university. Is there a team of folks that just talks to all these universities that are around us to make these classes and connections to work with them?
Yes, sir. Luckily, here at ACC, we have a team of university transfer coordinators and specialists who is based out of six major campuses that we have: Northeast, Southeast, Central, Coleman, and Northline.
Mhm.
We have coordinators and specialists there who's ready to assist our students. But when I was a student years ago, I didn't have these resources.
Yeah.
Everything I did, transferring, selecting my classes is basically trial and error. And of course, I was the first generation for my family as well. And I was one of those students like, you know what? I want to be engineering today. I want to be a business major today, or so on.
Yeah.
But now, when our students meet with our transfer coordinators, but also in collaboration with pathway advisors, uh, they will be able to have a chance to explore the classes early, but also experience the sense to belong in its community college. But when you transfer out, you have the resources and the tool that help you navigate the system be successfully. We also send out text messages for our transfer series and our upcoming transfer fair that we have, which is March the 24th to April the 4th. Throughout district-wide, with collaborations with faculties who will bring their students to our series because we provide snacks and we also give out free T-shirts, to promote transfers and then get informations.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Dr. Bao Tran. He's the manager of HCC's Transfer Services and Alumni Affairs. We'll have all of your info on our post after the show, especially about those HCC Transfer Connection Fairs. So thank you so much for being here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Have
Of
a good day.
course. Yeah, you too. Thank you. All right, coming up after a quick commercial break, Sade and I will return with just a few news and announcements. So stay tuned.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
That one day at PE when they were yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me, I don't think you know how much that helped me. I finally knew that I had somebody.
Welcome back. We're going to wrap things out like we always do on here on Up to the Minute, and that is with news and announcements happening around HCC and in our community. But today we have an announcement specifically about HCC TV, and that is a farewell and a goodbye and a see you later to someone that has produced so much of the content that you've seen here on HCC TV, and that is for Muhammad Olabade. And he is a longtime TV producer, motion graphics specialist here at HCC TV, and he is moving on to a new season. For those who do not know, he is the man responsible for Up to the Minute's logo and graphic you see every day as you watch our guests and our hosts. Born and raised in Iraq, he received his bachelor's in interior design, but is a self-taught motion graphic artist. Mohammed worked in several production and TV channels in the Middle East before moving to the U.S., where he began his career in HCC TV as a media producer in 2011. Like many here, he first started working as a work study student and moved his way on up. He's even worked as an adjunct professor, as well as supporting all of HCC TV shows and videography productions with motion graphics and designs. All of us at HCC TV wish him the best in his future endeavors. And Benji, the first project I worked on when I came to HCC was a video with Mohammed Muhammad. And I was like, from here on out, that's who I want. Put him on my projects.
I mean, Muhammad was that type of guy, man. He's just like a prominent figure here at HCCTV. You know, he's gonna be missed. Like he said, it's not a goodbye, but it's a see you later kind of thing. So he will be missed, but you know, he's still around. So you know,
he'll probably still be around.
Yeah.
One lesson you learned from Muhammad, because you worked a lot with him.
Man, his work ethic and like you know, he also inspired me to start delving into motion graphics, which he also teaches a class or at HCC Community College. I don't know if he will still, but you know, that's something, you know, that always inspired me from him.
Yes, I think that is a perfect segue to our next announcement, which is about faculty career fair.
Yeah, really. Yeah. HCC will host a faculty career fair for skilled educators to learn about programs and discuss potential roles. HCC encourages all candidates to attend and discover how they can impact our student lives. This will take place Saturday, February 15th from 9 a.m. to noon at the West Loop campus. Free parking will be available, so that's very important. So check out our post after the show for more info on that.
And we have another Black History Month opportunity for our students, and it is a contest. It is called the Legacy of Labor, the Black History Arts Contest. HCC Student Life is hosting this contest, and students are encouraged to submit an original song, artwork, or written piece honoring Black workforce heroes. Top prizes will be a $100 gift card, and the deadline to apply is 5 p.m. Thursday, February 20th. Be sure to check out social media and the post after the show for details on how to submit.
Awesome. And if you don't mind, I'm going to move down because I know we're running a little bit out of time. But Second Start has begun. Registration for spring is ongoing, with classes being offered in a variety of programs and in various semester lengths. HCC courses are also offered in a range of modalities, including online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, in-person, hybrid lab. To learn all about these HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, please visit hccs.edu/apply.
All right, well, coming up tomorrow on Valentine's Day, we have a Valentine's Day twofer. We'll have a couple who met at HCC and married. One was an advisor and another one was a student. How romantic. And for Film Friday, we'll have Houston Film Critics Society here to talk about romance films. Thank you so much for checking out this edition of Up to the Minute. We'll see you next time.